Students, how are you? I hope that you will be happy with your parents and happy and healthy with your parents and your friend circles. Now, in the previous class, we have discussed about, we have just started about the chemical effect of electricity. Now, here I would like to now continue with that topic, and here we are going to talk about the how to test the how to understand whether the given substance or given materials which we are using is a conductor or insulated. Now there are the one kind of the mm, situation where there is a attachment of the batteries, and these batteries are basically attached with these are the basically individually they are the cell, and when these cells are connected together they converted into the battery, as you already know these things in class 6th. Now what happened here, to understand whether the given materials are the conductor or not, we attach these materials with in this sequence. There is a positive terminal, as we know that there is another face of the battery, that is the negative terminal. This is the negative terminal, this position, and this position is basically a positive terminal. Now, what happened here, when these terminals are attached with some uh, specific wire, and with the help of the switch, we these switch the function of these switch is to control the power supply in this given circuit. Now here, whenever the switch is on, what happened, the current is flow from the materials. That means any materials is that allows an electric current pass through it, that is called a conductor. We just here we were talking about the conductor, and that is the copper conductor here we talk about. Now another, that is the insulator. When these materials are not allowed to pass through the current in the given specific condition, then that materials are basically called a insulator, and this material is basically a rubber and plastic. These are very good understanding about these things. Now, when we talk about the electric current, a closed loop, that is, this is called a closed loop. You can see here. This whole the things which are here is called a closed loop, where there is a switch is on. That is the closed loop, which a current takes here, a current takes, known as a electric current. A closed loop path. This is the path from where this current is passes. From this point to this point, the current is passes, and this is the path basically. The closed loop path which a current take, that is current take, are known as electric circuit. This is called electric circuit. When the path of the current circuit is closed, the current flows it through it. But when there is a break in the path, that means when the switch is open, at that time the current will not pass in the circuit, and that is not, that means the this path is not conduct the electricity. Here there are again the two situations, same things. Here we are using in the previous, we have taken the battery as a power supply, but here we are using two things. That is, the one thing is the tap water, and another thing is the distilled water, and whether these are the conductor or insulator, we just go through it. Here, when there are the two rods in the water, tap water, there are the two rods. When these tap waters are connected with the wires, in the water there is a rod, and when these rod are connected with the wire, with the help of switch. This is the switch. What we see, observe that the current is a flow, that bulb is flow. That means the water conduct, this tap water conduct the electricity. In case of the distilled water, same arrangement as given here. But what happened here? There is a no flow of current. That means this distilled water do not conduct electricity. That means distilled water is a bad conductor of the electricity, and it is the chemical effect of the electric current. Here, why the currents are basically flow? Because of the there is a charge present in the materials, and that charge flow from one place to another place, and because of the flow of that charges is basically um, the flow of the current. Because of the flow of the charges, the current is flowing. Here the we are talking about the current means I, the flow of the electron in any materials. Here it is written the flow of the electron. Basically it is the flow of the charges. The flow of the charges of electron of any material is basically a electric current. That you can see here, this small spot is basically a electrons which is moving, and because of the movement of this electrons, there is a charge created. Movement of the electron, there is a charge created, and that charge move from one place to one end to another end. That's why the currents are flow. In the case of the good conductor, same thing happened with the air. The good conductors allowed, since in the good conductor there is a electrons which move from one place to another place, and because of the movement of the electron, there is a charge creation, and because of that charge, when the flows from the given path, then current is flow. There is a poor conductor. In the figure you can see the kind of the things which do not allow to pass the current. That's why it is called a poor conductor, and poor conductor is basically insulator. The examples are in front of you. Here there is a tester. How the testers um, conduct the electricity. And since this part of the tester is made up of the material like iron or copper materials, and when you used to make the path of the circuit, then you can see here the bulb is glowing. But here, since it is joined, these two, in this case these two wires are joined, the insulator part, which is a plastic part, and plastic, since plastic is an insulator, that's why here the bulb is not glowing. That means the tester, it is a kind of the device to test if a particular material allow the electric current to pass through it or not, whether these materials is allowed to pass through the current, and here these material is not allowed to pass through the current. By this you can the tester is used for the whether the materials are allowed to pass through the current or not. In case of lemon juice, here is the lemon juice are given here. In case of lemon juice, whether lemon juice is a good conductor of electricity or not. What happened here, when there are also same thing we have to arrange here. There are the two rods are taken, which is a conductor of the electricity, and when these two rods are connected with the wire through the battery, and the second rod is connected with the wire with the help of bulb. This is the indication of the bulb, and when bulb, the negative terminal of positive terminal of bulb is connected with the negative terminal of the battery, what happens, we can see that there is a electricity passed because the bulb is glowing. A tester can be used to check if a liquid is a conductor or non-conducting. That you can see to check if the liquid is conductor or not. Not the connect the liquid between the two ends of the tester as given in the figure. You can see most liquid that conduct electricity are solution of acid, base, and salt. Any kind of the liquids which may be acidic form, they may be, it may be basic or it may be a salt form. These are kind of the solution or liquid which conduct the electricity, and that's why these liquids are called as a conductor of the electricity. Now there is a we can also observe whenever currents are supplied in a particular path, there will be the some another effect which created by the supply of the current. When the current flows continuously for a long period of time, we can observe there is a heat created, and that is called basically the heating effect of uh, here you can call as heating effect of the electric current. Heating effect of current is responsible for glowing of the bulb. You can see here why the bulbs are glow, and it is because of the effect of the current. Now, the to test whether the substance is conducting or not, or not using heating effect. What happened when the current passes through the bulb? The filament gets heated. Here, this part is basically a filament, and gets heated to high temperature. As the temperature increases in this filament, the bulbs are glowing, and the result bulbs start glowing. But if the current is very small, then the filament will not glow. If that means whenever the current flow on this particular path is very small, that at that time the current will not that bulb will not glow. And the bulb, if the bulb is not glow, that shows that current very small. When the current is very small, the filament will not get heated to high temperature, and so they will not glow. These things create the shows that the current also create a heating effect. There is a like a bulb, there is a another kind of the things that is called the led, and led is basically called as a L for light, E for emitting, and D for diode. There is a light emitting diode. Diode means there is a positive electrode and negative electrode. The combination of these two positive and negative electrodes are basically called a diode. Diode means two. Two means positive and negative. These are the basically a diode. The LED can be used to detect weak current. If there is a whenever there is a weak current, then LED can detect it. Since their filament does not require much temperature. In case of the bulb, as already talked, there is a high current is required at a high temperature. High current, the filament will glow. But in case of LED, a small temperature is required to glow this LED. They have a two terminals, that is as already told. Here it is, we are talking about diode. There is a one terminal which is known as a anode, and another terminal is a known as cathode. The length of anode, how you can identify whether which uh, which wire we are, or which side is a anode or cathode in LOD, how we can understand by seeing the that LED. If it is a longer side, then it is called the cathode, and if it is a smaller size, then it is called a anode. These things are, and the cathode leads and is always connected with the these cathode. These are the cathode is always connected with the batteries positive terminal. On the anode side, which is shorter, and these connected with the negative terminal. There is a another effect on the with the help of the magnetic, sorry, with the help of the current. and these effect is basically a magnetic effect. We are talking about the light effect. We are talking about the heating effect, and another example which we are going to discuss is talk about the magnetic effect of the current. The magnetic effect of the current means what happened whenever the current are flows at the on the same path, they create a kind of the field, and that field is basically electrical field, and because of that movement of the electron, the electrical field increases, and because of the increasement of their motion in the motion of the electrons in the given circuit, and they create the magnetic effect. Here you can also observe the magnetic effect of current is responsible for deflection of in the magnetic compass. Why? How you can observe that whether the current also creates a magnetic effect? Then to understand this, there is a use a magnetic compass, and that magnetic compass shows us some kind of the deflection on the place of the where there is a there is a current pass from the given circuit, the magnetic effect we can deduct. And if there is a less number of charges are passes, less number of electrons are passing in the given path, then will be the weak currents, and because of their weak current, there will be the less deflection will show on the magnet on the given compass. But if there is a uh, high speed currents are passed, that means there is a motion of the electrons are more and more. At that time, the deflection in the magnetic fields are very high. So here in the closed circuit, how to understand whether the deflections are there or not? In a closed circuit, when the current passes nearby magnetic needle, if the needles is observed in the needle, then it means if the needles um, deflection in the needles is observed in the needle, then it means the substance is conducting. Otherwise, it is a non-conductive. These things are given, all these things are given in your book. You can also go through that book, but you have to understand from the here. Testers, by using the what you have to do, you have to make an arrangement. These are the two rods which we are talking about. One is cathode, one is another is anode. This rod, which is um, also combined with the wires, and included here the magnetic compass, and that magnetic compass is attached with the positive terminal of the battery, and negative terminal of the battery is connected with the another rod. And if that liquid, there is some kind of the liquid also, whenever you will see here, there is a deflection or shown in the magnetic compass, then we call as a that the currents also show the magnetic effect. You can go through all these things. And these things I have already discussed. We have talked about whether the tap water conduct the electricity. Yes, the tap water conduct the electricity. Why the tap water conduct the electricity? Because of their impurities. There are the many impurities, like many impurities. All these impurities are basically a kind of the minerals, and because of the presence of minerals, it becomes a salty in nature, and because of that salty nature, they conduct the electricity. But in case of the distilled water, there is a pure water where there is a number less quantity of the minerals are present, and because of that less quantity, there is a no current will pass, so it is a poor conductor of electricity. Here we are talking about electrodes. these are the conducting materials. That means it is a kind of the materials which pass the current, which allow the current to pass through it, and that kind of the material is basically electrodes. There are the two electrodes. One electrode is basically called as a positive electrode, another electrode which is known as which is known as the negative electrode. In the case of the positive electrodes, the positive electrode is also known as a positive terminal, and negative electrode we can consider as a negative terminal. So it is all about these. We have talked about till now. We have talked about the different kind of the sources which allow to generate the currents, and how it is generated by the using of the electrodes, and what are the different electrodes. These electrodes are basically positive and negative electrodes. These conduct the electricity. So it is all about the today's topic. We will talk further. We will talk about the next related topic in the next classes. Till now you have to note down all those things in your copy also. Whatever, if you have not understanding as much as required, then you will ask these questions in queries classes. I will solve all these problems. So thank you till the time. Enjoy your life with your parents. Do all the activities. Thank you.